What's going on, guys? Mech here. It is Thanksgiving Eve of 2018. We'll be pretty busy tomorrow with Thanksgiving, and probably on Friday as well. So we're doing the beer review a little bit early, hump day as it were. It's a Wednesday. So finishing up the Rebel Rouser, or should I say Pack of Rebels pack from Samuel Adams. And I say finishing up because I'm not doing the last one just yet, because I ran out of the everyday IPA. Like a doofus, I went ahead and I drank it and didn't even realize that it was my last one. So we're gonna finish it out with the dreaded Rebel Rouser Double IPA. And I say dreaded because it's one that I wasn't really looking forward to do because it's not that great. I'll say right off the bat. But hey, if you want to stick around, please do so. So anyways, we'll hop on over to Beer Advocate real quick. See what's going on up over there. And on beeradvocate.com we have a 3.8 out of 5, considered very good. I guess you could probably say it's like a C+, maybe a B-. I forgot to silence my phone. Sorry about that. And that's made up of 1,260 ratings, which is a decent amount. Of course, this comes from Boston Beer Company, Samuel Adams in Massachusetts, and it is an American Imperial IPA, or just India Pale Ale, as it were, with an alcohol by volume of 8.40%. Availability is year-round. You can get this bad boy anytime you desire. Quick notes here: bold, citrusy, and piney. If piney is even a word. Our double IPA isn't just a bigger version of Rebel IPA. Instead, we explored a different balance of hop character, including Bravo and Galaxy hops, and upped the ante on the flavor and expression for a brew that's intense yet enjoyable through every sip. Bold claims. We're gonna go ahead and taste that bold and citrusy piney IPA. So, go ahead and get our pour on. Try not to spill this time, because the head just loves to like get super frothy. I mean, I know I'm usually pouring sort of rough to disperse the CO2, but with this particular pack of Rebels, tends to get some pretty thick frothy head, as you can see right here. Kind of like a yellow cream-ish color, fairly thick, like maybe 2 1/3 fingers thick, and it's got a great color to it. I will give it that. It's got that amber, kind of like burnt orange color to it. It is see-through, which I'm not surprised by. I should really learn what IBUs are, because I've heard that those are quite important when it comes to IPAs. IPAs, IPUs, IBUs. Stuff that I should know, right, if I'm reviewing a beer, but I'm going on the basics: look, smell, taste, slight background on the Beer Advocate. So, with this beer, we'll give it a smell. It's interesting because here's one thing that threw me when I first had this beer. The smell is not huge, and you would think that it would be because it's a double IPA. It's a strong tasting beer, but in the smell, it's not very strong. You get citrus, and you get the hoppy smell you typically get with IPAs, but it's not strong at all in the nose, and that really was something I wasn't expecting. If you really take it in, you get the hops. You totally do. Just not as much as I would have expected. So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a big old swig of this Rebel Rouser Double IPA from Samuel Adams. Cheers, everybody. And right off the bat, as soon as it hits your tongue, it hits you like a ton of bricks. And that could be good for some, and that could be not so good for others. I'm relatively new to IPAs. I used to hate them, or I used to say, you know, I can only really stomach this, or, you know, mildly enjoy this if I was eating a nice steak or a burger or something. But as I'm trying to develop my palate here a little bit more, not to say that this is the best way to do it, I will say I've had a couple IPAs, or I've had a couple double IPAs, and they were way smoother and way more, I guess you could say, easier on the mouth than this one is in particular. It's definitely strong. As soon as it hits your tongue, you get bitterness. And then the bitterness is also there in the aftertaste. It lingers a little bit. But in other things to note, though, I can give it credit where credit's due, that it is citrusy, it is bold, piney. I don't get the piney part of it. It does have a little bit of a unique taste to it. As soon as it hits your tongue, it doesn't waste any time. It's just this earthy sort of piney, I guess. You know, I can't think of any other word for it. It's a really strong taste that it's pretty intense as soon as you take that swig, and then ends with your typical you know, bitterness and aftertaste, as you would expect from a beer like this. So I don't particularly like it. It's a little bit too strong for my taste. The thing is, though, these kind of beers, they do pair excellently with food. That's something that I've always felt with these kinds of beers. Even before I started drinking IPAs, stronger-ish beers from Sam's lineup, like the Boston Lager, pairs wonderfully with food. It's so complimenting, especially with grilled foods. So, Rebel Rouser Double IPA, it's definitely something to check out if you want a beer that's full of taste. Sometimes I feel like, you know, these double IPAs, it's kind of like they're just pouring tons of hops in it, making it wicked bitter and strong, and then going, hey, here's your double IPA. This beer's got all kinds of flavor. It's bold and it's going to kick you in the mouth. You know? I definitely get that feeling with a beer like this. I don't know if that's what their intentions were, but it's definitely not a beer that I cannot finish. I've drank all the rest from the pack, and it's not something I'm going to go out and buy on my own and drink at my leisure either. There have been, I think, only like 2 or 3 beers that just were so strong and so not enjoyable that I didn't finish them, and this is not one of them, so that's good. It's good to not be in that category. So anyways, guys, the Rebel Rouser IPA, or Double IPA rather, from Samuel Adams out of their pack of Rebels variety pack. Yeah, that is it, and it is done. And we'll see you next week for the next beer. I have a PBR in the fridge right now that I'm probably going to be reviewing next week. I decided to pick it up in favor of the legal troubles that they're having right now and the possibility of losing their brewery. I don't know the details on that to their fullest extent, but we shall definitely dive into that one next week. So thank you guys for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thumbs down if you did not enjoy it. Tell someone about this beer if you think that they might enjoy it, and check it out yourself if you think that you might enjoy it. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving Eve and a great Thanksgiving Day. Relax, have some food, have some great drinks, family, company, and for all of you that do have to work, first responders, and the unfortunate folk that need to work retail, our prayers go out to you, and we thank you for your service. And see you next time. Thank you guys. Take care.